Good morning, students. Very welcome to the 11th class. I see your future bright with the medical, studying biology. I see your future as researchers, doctors, paramedical officers, many high rank officers. Your hard work will bring a fruitful future for you and the society. I expect a big from you. So let's not waste the time. Start the today's lesson with the very first lesson, living word. What is the living? Living thing has a many characters. Those are to be discussed in today's chapter. This is the very first. In biology, we study the living word and its characteristics. Here you can see many living things in the slide. But there is a question in the mind, which thing is living and which is non-living? What are the characteristics? How we can know the thing is living or non-living? In these slides, you can see the living things and non-living things. Here we can easily differentiate between the living and the non-living. Plants, animals, insects, human body. These are all living things, and non-living things here you can see in the slide that are books, daily using things. The things we use daily. It can be bicycle, it can be some lab equipments, it can be pen, pencil, or anything. But in our syllabus, we study under these heads. You can easily see on the slide. First is growth, second reproduction, third metabolism, fourth organization and consciousness. Growth is the first point. We see the living things grow in size on all the three dimensions: length, breadth, height. If you think of yourself, you were a very small kid, now you are grown up. This is the very first example. But how this happens? How you can say you are living? There are some crystals that grow in size when kept in the hypertonic solutions. But how can we say they also grow? There is a question, which is living, which is non-living. So growth, according to our subject bio, the all organisms, unicellular or multicellular, exhibit growth it is a permanent increase in the cell number and side of the organism. The growth involves a cell division. Dead organisms do not grow. Similarly, in plants, growth is shown. Plants do show growth. They they grow faster. Animals grow slowly and up to certain age. After reaching certain age, the uh, they don't grow, they stop growing, but plants grow lifelong. Some non-living objects like mountains, boulders, sand molds also exhibit increase in size. So how we can tell this is living, this is non-living? Students, always remember the growth from inside in the living objects. जो भी लिविंग थिंग है उनमें अंदर से ग्रोथ होती है. नथिंग इज पुट or poured from outside. Like I told you about the crystal, we are putting it in some solution. Growth is from outside. Molecules are being added from outside, but in the living things, cells are divided. It's growth from inside the body. So this we cannot say this is a defining feature. So there is a confusion between living and non-living many times. You can see in this slide, growth is means getting larger in size in multicellular organisms, and this is done by making more and more cells. In a plant there are the special tissue. In plants there are special tissues that are called meristems, where the growth occurs. Root apical meristems grow down in the soil. Shoot apical meristems grow upwards. And next point is reproduction. What the reproduction means? Reproduction is a biological process by which new individuals or organisms, offsprings, are produced from the parents. Reproduction is a fundamental feature of all known life. Each individual and organism, as a result of reproduction, it is of two types, sexual and asexual. If we ponder over, it is the ability of an organism to produce progeny similar to itself, more or less. जैसे पेरेंट्स के साथ कुछ हद तक शक्ल मिलती है, देयर इज अ रिजेम्बलेंस, मोर और लेस. The two modes of reproduction, asexual and sexual. In asexual reproduction, single parent is there. In sexual reproduction, there the male and female give birth to the new offsprings. Some organisms can't reproduce, like sterile. We example take the sterile worker bees, जो शहद की मक्खी होती है, उसमें एक वर्कर होता है, एक 3 तरह की होती हैं वो. एक रानी मक्खी होती है, क्वीन होती है, बट वर्कर भी cannot reproduce. Only queen can. In the mules, infertile human couples, and many more examples are there. Therefore, reproduction cannot be all inclusive of defining characteristic of living organism. कोई रिप्रोड्यूस कर रहा है या नहीं कर रहा है, इससे हम उसको लिविंग और नॉन लिविंग का कैरेक्टर नहीं दे सकते हैं. We can, there is a confusion. If some infertile couple is there, then we can't say is non-living. So next, you can see the hen has 2 chicks, and parents with baby. There is a reproduction in the plants through seeds, embryos there, and reproduction in yeast by budding. These are all slides about the reproduction. And next feature is metabolism. The term metabolism, the reactions that occur in the cells of the living organism to sustain the life, to maintain the life. लाइफ को चलते रहने के लिए कुछ रिएक्शंस की ज़रूरत होती है. Those are called metabolism. These metabolic processes lead to the growth and reproduction and allow the living organism to maintain their structures. तो जैसा है कि लिविंग के लिए जो मेटाबॉलिक रिएक्शंस है जो बॉडी के अंदर सेल्स के अंदर होते हैं, those are the very necessary. They are responsible for all the you can say processes of the life. If we talk about the chemical reactions taking place in the body, the organism is collectively known as the metabolism. Collectively means it has 2 types of reactions, anabolic and the catabolic reactions. Metabolism is broadly divided into 2 categories, anabolism and the catabolism. Both catabolic and anabolic reactions occur simultaneously within the cell. दोनों ही सेल के अंदर होते हैं. The next point is consciousness. You can easily understand what is the consciousness. All organisms are sensitive and respond to the various stimuli. Various environmental factors to which the plants respond to the light, water, temperature, and other organisms' pollutants. Similarly, animals' have sense organs, nervous system. Hence, they comparatively are more sensitive than plants. We can say all organisms are aware of their surroundings. As you know, if somebody is talking about you, you listen to that, you sense what type of talks are there about you. If somebody all the sense organs work in this consciousness. We have 5 sense organs: skin, eyes, nose, tongue. So all type of senses we have: sense of touch, sense of smell, that you know, that you have already studied in the earlier classes. And next head we take is the organization. What is the organization? each cell contains the different cell organelles to perform the specific functions. So cell is an organized structure. What about unicellular organisms? All the life processes are carried out in a single cell. But in multicellular organisms, they have different type of cells. Each specialized to perform the particular function. हर एक सेल का, हर एक टिश्यू का अलग काम है. They are assigned a work. उनको एक काम दिया गया है बॉडी में. In the multicellular organisms, related cells work together to perform the specific function. The group of cells is called tissue. वो जो एक खास काम करते हैं सेल्स, उनको क्या बोलते हैं हम? टिश्यू बोलते हैं. टिश्यूज ग्रुप टुगेदर एंड फंक्शन इन कोऑर्डिनेशन. एक दूसरे से मिलकर काम करते हैं जब टिश्यूज टू कॉन्स्टिट्यूट एन ऑर्गन. कॉन्स्टिट्यूट एन ऑर्गन, वो एक ऑर्गन बनाते हैं मिलकर काम करके. एंड डिफरेंट ऑर्गन्स परफॉर्मिंग रिलेटेड टास्क्स ऑल टुगेदर फॉर्म एन ऑर्गन सिस्टम. जब ऑर्गन्स मिलकर काम करते हैं, देयर इज़ एन ऑर्गन सिस्टम. जैसे आपने 10th में पढ़ा है, डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम, रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम, डिफरेंट ऑर्गन्स आर देयर पार्टिसिपेटिंग इन देयर वर्क. जैसे रेस्पिरेशन में क्या क्या पार्टिसिपेट करता है, जैसे लंग्स हैं, ब्रोंकाई हैं, ब्रोंकस, नोज़, सारी विंड पाइप है. तो सिमिलरली डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम में ओसिफेगस, स्टमक, देन इंटेस्टाइन, all these parts. There are organs. Organs work together to make an organ system. Various organ systems in turn together form a complete organism. बहुत सारे ऑर्गन सिस्टम इकट्ठे होकर क्या बनाते हैं? ऑर्गेनिज्म बनाते हैं. किसी ऑर्गेनिज्म को, किसी जीव को बनाते हैं. Thus, in multicellular organisms, is differentiated into the smaller units, subunits, which are arranged in orderly manner. यानी कि एक क्रम से उनको orderly manner में उसको सेट किया हुआ है in such a way from larger part to form a larger part. सेल से टिश्यू, टिश्यू से ऑर्गन, ऑर्गन से ऑर्गन सिस्टम, ऑर्गन सिस्टम से इकट्ठे होके बॉडी बनाते हैं किसी लिविंग पर्सन की, लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म की. दिस इज़ नोन एज ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. इसको ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बोलते हैं कि हम हर स्टेप को पढ़ते हैं कि सेल, सेल से टिश्यू बना, इसको ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बोलते हैं. इन द मल्टीसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स दिस सेल रिप्रेजेंट्स द लोएस्ट लेवल ऑफ द ऑर्गेनिज्म. सबसे नीचे, सबसे बेसिक पार्ट क्या है? सेल. उसके बाद टिश्यू, देन ऑर्गन सिस्टम, देन अदर लेवल्स ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. So organization, we study the organization is the one of the part of the living organisms. So we can say all these points are covered, but there is a question. If someone say you, what is the defining feature of the living organism? लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म का डिफाइनिंग फीचर क्या है? Here the levels of organization are shown. You can see in this slide: atom, molecule, organelle, then cell, tissue, organ, then organ से आगे organ system, organism, population. ये उसका आगे level है. We will study later. Then there is a question, tell me the defining feature of the living organism. So we will answer that metabolism is the ओनली डिफाइनिंग फीचर ऑफ द लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स, क्योंकि एक तो केमिकल रिएक्शंस हैं जो बॉडी के अंदर होते हैं, दोज आर द डिफाइनिंग फीचर्स ऑफ द living organism. So today's topic is over, then we shall take the next topic tomorrow. Thank you very much.